Just setting up a live stream. Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay, so I'm going to make a start on this bike. Hub station again, testing station. So I have to work with another camera here today because this is for the main video too, this work. So hopefully my signal's not affected there because I'm out in the garage currently. But well, I'm using 2 boosters, or 3 boosters, to try and get my signal to the far end of the garage. So I'm going to set up the cameras here, and then I'm going to make a start. So hopefully by the end of the day here, I will have this thing welded. Well, not fully welded, but tacked together, and I'm going to demonstrate mounting the 2 hubs onto these 2 plates. So here we go, I'll set these cameras up. So sweat's lashing off me today, so the garage is very warm. So let's get started anyway. So the first thing I'm going to do here is taper this plate for the welds. Okay everyone, on live stream there, I'm working with another camera here too at the same time. So what I'm doing here today is mounting these 2 plates to the top of the A-frame seen here. So basically I have a couple of things to do first, then I'll get to that part. So the next step here is cutting these 2 caps, these 2 plates out, that will be placed directly here and welded in only once the 2 plates are mounted. So like this, and then this on here. So what I'm doing here is I'm keeping a 180mm dropout between the two plates to allow for the QS273, the bigger hub motor. At the end of this video, I will demonstrate mounting the MXUS, same as the QS205, and also the QS273 onto this testing station. So here we go. Two plates, one for the side and one for the side. Okay everyone, so today I'm finishing off this testing station here for the e-bike hubs. So hopefully there's good signal there because I'm about 50 meters away from the router in the house, so the router. I'm just going to set up a solar camera here before I keep her lit. So two cameras are right beside each other here. Gonna bring this one down a wee bit. I'm going to bring the workpiece closer so you can see what I'm doing here. So this is the first live stream I've ever done in the bigger garage, believe it or not. There's 3 boosters to get the signal to here. So I'm going to move this other camera over a wee bit. Two seconds. Setting up the other rack. That looks okay there, doesn't it? Right. Now I have to raise the other one because it's on the way. Okay. So my next step here now to weld these two plates onto this frame, the two 12mm stainless plates. So I created this jig. So basically I'm just going to clamp it at this point. And I'm going to bring the V down. That's there for a reason. So I'll show that in a minute. So keeping the clamp as close to where the plate's going to be welded. So that would be here and here. It's actually a wee bit too high. There we go. So these two bits now sticking up will help guide where this plate needs to go. So this line needs to be in the centre of where the two box irons meet. So see here, the reason the V's there is to show this so I can see. But I could have marked the other end, but I just do it this way. So placing the plate on at this point, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to clamp it too. No, if I can get on. Well, I can't get on. I can use a bigger clamp. The bigger clamp will put a bit of weight on it, but there's not much I can do about that. So I'll turn this round so you can see what I'm doing here. So if I line this mark up now, I'm going to lower this a wee bit, this other plate down a bit first. So see what I'm doing here? So if I get the plate now, it needs to be welded on. All that I do is line the mark up where the two box sections meet, like so. And put the clamp on, the bigger clamp. So that's alright for me to weld it there at that point. So I'll get the mic set up here. I'm just going to double check this. It looks okay. I'll just turn it right. Looks alright, you know. Sweat is running up. So hopefully hopefully there's good signal there because I am far away from the house. And hopefully that wind doesn't blow the gas away. Just see if this welder set up. I haven't used it in a year. That's perfect. Right. What am I doing here? What did I go for these? Right, so we now have the 12mm plate lined up to the point where the two box sections meet. So that means I can tack it and that means it's lined up. I just need to make sure it's tight this way. And weld it. So now I can remove the red clamp, and I can also remove the two E ones. So my next point now, is to make sure this plate is square, so it's not. So if I tap it this way, so keeping it square or parallel to the box section. Here I don't knock that down. So what I'm going to do here is put a couple of tacks on this first. keep it from breaking because I welded this a long time ago, 6 months ago. That one's alright, I think. Okay. So, my next step here now is welding on the plate that will support this side. So, the ones that I just cut. Sorry, I have to reposition this camera here, the other one. Not easy getting everything in view here. Hopefully that's alright. So I have to do this again, the other camera, because that one was blocking. Okay, so roughly lining up this stainless plate to where it needs to go here. So this is not only a plate to support this one, it's just to tidy up the frame itself. So this plate is still not square, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tack this plate for the meantime. Wee small tack. So what I want to do now is make sure that plate's square, perpendicular to this face. So I'll just run the square on it. It's not important, but it's near enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tack it and I'm going to tap it down gently. It's alright, you know, the weld will pull it down as the weld cools, it'll contract. So at the minute, this 12mm plate's not welded to this cap. So this cap is 3mm to match the box section. So I'm going to go around the other side now. Get everything, have to do it all again because this foam is in the way of the 4K camera for the main video. Okay. So, good afternoon to everybody. This is the second live stream today. So the first one this morning was the dog grave, the Azimuth's grave. There's a problem with it. My child chucked stones on it, so I had to fix it. So today, as you've seen there, I'm just finishing this piece off. I'm not going to weld it today, but what I am going to do is I'm going to demonstrate mounting the QS273, but also the MXUS. I don't know if you pronounce it MX, but it's similar to the QS205. So the axle's very similar. I think it's identical even, I'm not sure, but the QS273 has a 12mm slot. So I demonstrate live streams the last day of cutting these tracks. So the reason I'm using 12mm stainless here is because when I powder coat this frame using my oven that I built there and the booth that I built, I'm going to be, well, not powder coating these plates. I'm only going to be powder coating up there around here like a wee mist. Any powder that gets onto these tracks I'm just going to blow out. So the reason I'm not powder coating the tracks is because it will get thicker and this matches the axle to very high precision. So what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to put the camera back on the stand and I'm going to start on the other side. So hopefully the other side goes as well as this one did. So bear with me, I have to run another camera here and this foam was in the way of the other one a minute ago. So if anybody has any questions, do ask and I will answer them in a moment. Testing, okay. So, when I weld on this second plate now, I need to make sure that this slot is in line with the other one. If it's not, the motor hub will sit like this, rather than nice and straight. So this still needs to be squared up yet, so that's why I haven't welded it to the cap that I just put on. The cap that I just cut 2 seconds ago. So, sweat is running that way. Hopefully there's a good signal there because we are 50 metres away from the house. through stone walls and everything. So I need to make sure the plates run on parallel to this box section. It's not at the minute, but I don't want to tack it like this. I'd rather put it on the bench like this. Let me see. Because the frame's not welded yet. What do I see now? So I'll just show what I'm doing there. See the way there's a bit of an air gap there at the top? It's not much. If I get a pair of vice grips and pull it over, or a shifter, sorry. So pull it over to its square without breaking the frame down at this point. That could, something fell there, that could happen. There we go. That would be really awkward on the live stream because it's fell apart on us. So a wee tooty bit yet. I'm just going to tap it. So that's stayed there now, that's perfect. So I'm going to tap this before I move on to the other plate. Just going to look down on it, make sure it's okay first. Right. So I'm just going to hold this square. That's it everyone, so I'm just going to tack it here. I'm just going to check it because it will pull over a wee bit. Will it heat? When it's cooling down, when I weld the other side it'll pull back over again. It's only a wee bit. That's more or less perfect. So when I weld this V that I just created, this will pull over and then I can weld the other side again. I can't talk on this, it's only a wee fraction. Okay, so what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to demonstrate mounting the second plate. So the reason there's two slots here is one's for the QS205 and one's for the QS273. So hopefully this works out. But I'm going to demonstrate mounting the hubs in probably about 15 minutes. I didn't think it would come as fast as it is, so I'm going to slow down here, take a breath. I'm rushing. Okay. So again, using this jig, just going to check the other camera here. It's alright this time. So, at the start of this live stream, I V'd this heavy 12mm plate. So the reason I V'd this is because if I want to V it, I want this weld grinded off because I want the dropout or distance, the dimensions on here, the same as where the weld is. So I'm going to grind this flat when I weld it. But if I was to grind that flat with the weld on there wouldn't be much holding it. Well, there would, but because it's thin box section, but I just thought it'd be better to V the plate a wee bit. To assist this, to have more strength. So what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to use this jig that I made up just at the start of this video, and I'm going to push it down here. The reason there's a V in there is to allow me to see where to line this mark to centralise it. So if I clamp this, there, perfect. Layer's perfect. Possible to the thin plate because too low. Angle part to layer now just for me to line this part up. So I could have just used this, but because it's lower, we can't really, we're just using our eye. So if I turn this around now, you might be able to see there. I'm just going to check in the camera. Cameras. Okay, that's alright. So this plate that's on there now, I can see where the two box sections meet. Okay, so if I get this plate now and see this permanent mark that's on there, if I just line that up to where the wee join is, the wee gap in the box section, and I clamp this using a bigger clamp now this time, because the wee clamp's not deep enough, then I can place two tacks on this. But before I do that, I'm just going to confirm. I'm going to confirm that these two slots are lined up by placing a straight edge in here. So I'm just going to remove it square. I'm just going to use my eye for this, because there's no other way you could do it really. Looking down on it, it should be near enough, but to save any handling, I'm just going to make sure this is right before we go any further. So I make it up on the bench. The further you're away from it, you'll see better, you know, the further the distance. So if I get up here about this bench breaking, and if it breaks, well, I'm going to the ground. There. So I'm about a metre away from this straight edge now. If I look down on this, it looks perfect. You'd think it would be perfect like, at the end of the day, because these two faces are identical. But you just never know. Right. I could also put a... no, it wouldn't be accurate. Say I put a square on the face here, but that looks good to me. But as I say, I've only got one shot at this. So I'll just check this slot too. Right, that looks, this bench is wobbly. Looks alright. I'm taking a chance, so I'm just going to tack it today anyway, because don't want to make a mess here. I'll weld it in the next part 3. So I'm only packing everything today with this Jessic MIG inverter technology, which is brilliant. So really neat, no splattering. Right, let's get this packed. So I need to move the clamps out of the way a wee bit maybe for this tack at this side. Well, I'm just going to make sure it's okay. So the weight of the clamp's pulling down that way. So that's the problem, why I need to straighten these at the end. All I can do is tack it. So this plate now is keeping this face flush to the box section. Let me start the other camera here. Okay, let's get this welded, tacked like I said. So again, I'm just going to check this mark. Looks alright, you know. Looks alright. So the two 10mm slots is to the right hand side, and the two 12mm slots is to the left hand side. So the only thing I can do here is tack this, okay? Keep a wee pressure on it because of the weight of the clamp. Just going to move the clamp now actually. So I'm just going to cramp it with my hands instead. These small packs. So I can now remove these, the jig, as I call it. Done its job. So I if I get this straight edge there and run it here, these two faces are flush. Okay, so my next step here now is making sure that this plate is running parallel or true to this face. So I'm going to use a straight edge, placing it on here like so, and that's actually perfect this time because I took the weight off the clamp. Well, here. So what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to fill this hole using the wee cap that I cut at the start of the live stream. So I'm going to take the brush finish up only because the other side is up. So this is a piece of stainless. So this part will be powder coated. So I'm just centralising the plate now to this edge and this edge, keeping it tight to here, to the main plate. Now I'm just going to make sure it's square because I don't want it sitting off either. We're nearly ready for testing here, by the way. So I'm just going to square it, make sure it's perpendicular to here. Going to time it right enough. Alright, never going to see it. That's perfect, don't I? Oh, nearly fell on one side. Right. Let me get this right once. A wee small tack. Checking it if it's square now. So it needs a wee tap down on the inside. So I'm just going to use this. So if I put a tack here now, as the weld cools down, it will pull on tight. So I'm not welding this plate, I'm only welding the cap at the minute to the box section. So that's perfect. No splatter, what we like. Okay, so my next step now is double checking that this 12mm plate is perpendicular. Well, I'm not going to go with this plate. I'm going to go with the face here. It's starting to look well. It's starting to look like the drawing I've done. Okay. So what one am I at here? This one's welded, this tack. So if I place this square now on the box section seam here and check the gap up this face, so you can see there's a wee air gap there at the top. It's only about a half a mil. So what I can do here is basically just give it a wee pull. But before I do that, I'm just going to make sure this is welded because, as I say, this is welded. The frame was welded a long time ago. Tack. It looks alright, you know. So we pull over rather than tapping it for things to go wrong. So I'm actually too far there now, but as I weld the other side it will pull over a wee bit. Put a tack on it. It's perfect now. So we'll tack this side too. So I'm going to tack the 12mm plate now to this cap. Okay. I'm just making sure you have a good view there because there's two cameras here running. Well, the phone and the actual camera. So this will be done in 4K. You will see the video in 4K in my YouTube channel. Maybe about 3 weeks time it will be finished. The actual piece itself, the project. Oh, what was the welder doing there? That's my last work. I got it, didn't I? Right. Must have been around the dirt there. Right. So if I hold this on now, if I hold this on here now, it should be nice and even down here. I'm just going to run my eye on them. So this one's perfect. This one needs to go this way a bit. So what I can do here before I do any more is I can put a weld here, and this will pull over. Another thing you can do is you can just cut the tack, but I might do that, you know, because, well, I don't think there's much point. If I put a tack here in the middle, it might pull over. It's only a wee twitty bit. Not enough. Right, what do you call it? Put the air respirator up. Give me a second or two. I want it right because I'm going to do a test here in a minute and the thing's not going to be welded fully. Need to borrow the water, maybe. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to flip it down to the bench here because I can't risk this falling apart for this live stream. It's tacked well enough, but you just never know. There we go, that's it. I seen it move. Hey. Hopefully I moved the right one. That is perfect. So we tack here first. Do you know something? I actually think the other one needs come over too. It does, you know. Right, what do you call it? So I'm going very careful with the grinder because my car's sitting out there and don't want to leave those sparks. So same thing again, we tap. That's enough. That's enough. Right, let's get this welded again, active. Then I'm going to do a demonstration. I'm going to clean the bench first. That is perfect here now. Right. I'm going to run the end on right. Actually, a bit too much. Where's that first? Small pack here. That's perfect there now. I'll just roll my head in the other one. Right, I'm going to put a wee tack on. It takes very little tack to pull that over, so I'm just being careful here. It's alright. Same thing again. Right, that's it, tack. Right, so I'm just going to move some of these tools out of the way to do this demonstration. So just give me a second because there's there's so much on the bench. And I don't want to wreck my good hub motors. There's all that. I'm just going to give us the bench a couple over. Put that face down. Yeah. So, right, I'm going to set all my tools over to our end here because the hub motors, I don't want to damage them. So I'm going to try the MXUS motor first. So it's similar to the QS205, right? For MX. So hopefully that camera angle is okay for you guys. Right, I'll try the wee one first. But bear in mind now, this might not work. So I'm going to keep a file in my hand because it might need tweeted. And hopefully I have these heights set right here. Okay. So I'm just setting up the other camera. Right, I'm going to get them here. I'm going to put a pair of gloves on. Well, I don't need gloves. I'm going to just try this one first, right? So this is the same type of a motor. We got narrower than the QS205, but the axle length's much the same. So here we go. I'm going to go around this side. And I'm just going to get a look at them cameras first. Alright. It's a bit sticky. And do you know something? Oh, that didn't work out too well. It's a bit sticky now. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give them a wee file because I don't want to score the crap on it with the stainless, the axles. I think the 10mm might be tighter than the other side. So I'm going to get up on the bench here to lift this off. I don't want to be damaging them with these things. See, that's too tight. Might need to come off now, by the way. Try the other one. Hopefully it does. Ah dear. Oh dear, Jeffrey. There, it's coming. Okay, so as you can see there, I need to make a wee adjustment for that hub. So it's really accurate, but as you can see, there's no play there. So what I need to do here is give this, one of these edges, a wee file. So I'm going to get the bigger one here. Oh dear. Okay, so this is my baby. This is my big one that I have built up myself. So I need to be very careful. But see if this one goes on with the weight and it's too tight, well, we will have problems getting it off again. So I'm being really careful here not to wreck this rim. So the rim that I have used here is a Harley Davidson. I'm not getting on the bench for this demonstration because this is really heavy as it is. So I have to be really careful here. Okay, I'm gonna go for it. Ah! It's heavy. It's really heavy. Oh dear. Oh dear, it's going down. I can't see the other side. That is perfect. That is unreal. At least that one worked. So, I'm going to take this welding helmet off here. Okay everyone, so finally, it didn't take me very long. It took me about 30 minutes. So I got these two plates welded on where they need to go, and as you can see, this slid on with precision, and those slots were only cut with a hacksaw, a bandsaw. So I'm just going to remove this foam stuff to show you my rim. So this is a Harley Davidson rim, powder coated black in the oven here, and the nipples that I have used are these green annodised nipples and black spokes. So obviously this is all customised, and so as you can see there now, when I go to test this motor hub, that when the momentum's in the wheel, it shouldn't topple over this way because it's got the stabilised front here as well as the back, or vice versa anyway. So if I put the other motor on here now into the 10mm slot, you can see it's a wee bit tight. So what I need to do here is use a flat file and gently take a wee titty bit off it, just to leave it like this one, this side. So this frame has been lying in my bedroom for the, not talking about the wheel hub, talking about the frame. So I started this a long time ago. It's just a project that's lying there, and I've just had too much to do. Far too much to do, but as you can see there now, we got there in the end in this live stream. So that's it everyone. What I might do here is try and get this 10mm slot file out to try the QS205 hub motor, or the MXUS 3000 or 3 kilowatt. So this is an 8 kilowatt one here, same here. This is QS273. So I'm going to lift this off, and then I'm going to try the other one. So we're going to bring this camera down nice and low now to get this filed. Okay, so I'll just demonstrate doing that when the plates is on it. Ah, the sweat is running at me. So first thing I need to do here is I need to put this stuff back on to this rim. And I need to go get myself a bit of tape. So the rim I've used here is a Harley Davidson 21-inch, and the width of the rim is 2.115 inch. So it's not the widest, but it's all that I wanted. So this rim will be for the bigger bike that I'm building. So the frame will be built out of stainless steel, and it will be more polished. So it'll be a really customised bike. Where did the other bit of that foam go? That's blew away in the wind here. Where did that go? I threw it somewhere, did I? Is this all of it? That's not all of it. Right, where did that go? I can't take that window off there until I get that covered again. Is that 2 bits? That is 2 bits. That goes down there. That's the first time that axle's ever rotated on that hub, by the way. I used to have seen it there now. So came together very well in the end. So this is a testing station, but also it allows me to balance the wheel. So I'll put a liner here, well obviously not too close, and I'll run the rim around, basically using my hand. So you can see there, that rim has a wee chunk on it. Don't like that thing. Not much you can do with that. It's on below the powder coat. So this is the QS273. there we have it there. The spokes are massive. 8 gauge spoke. So I'm just making sure this is all back together. Put it back to put it away. Do you know something? I have to get a picture here first for the thumbnail of this live stream. How silly, because I'm not bringing this out again when this live stream's over. So I can't exactly do that when the phone's been used. Right, I'm going to have to do a thumbnail later on. That was silly. Take 2 phones. I could just set it in the box the way it is, but I don't want to take any chances here. Or powder coating will need to come off again. Nearly there, nearly ready to try the smaller motor. Okay everyone, so I'm going to take this off now carefully and we're going to move on to the QS205. Well, I keep calling it the QS205, same thing really. Ah, here. Right, I'm going to get the other one. Where's the files? Okay, so obviously I can't try the other one yet until I file the slots here. So I'm going to try that now. I'm going to get the verniers and I'm going to just check where the tight spots are here. So the QS273 is perfect. Just going to check the length of this video here. It's still a pilot time yet. So this is measuring 9.9, right? 9.85 in the middle. 9.85 there. So it's kind of all the same. So what I'm going to do here is I might actually jump over and get the Dremel and put my mask on. It'll be much faster. Can't find the Dremel now. Come on, 2 seconds. Right. So, I could use a file, but I'm not going to use a file because it's 12mm plate. So bear with me here, I'm just getting the right tools. So I'm not going to use a carbide cutter today because it's too aggressive for what needs to come off. So I'm going to select a drum, sanding drum. And it needs to be the right thickness, the right diameter. So basically I'm just going to stroke it and remove the cuts left by the bandsaw. So I'm just getting set up here. I'm going to put the air respirator back on because the dust coming off here is quite fine. So I'm using my wee battery one. Am I in the way? If we're not. It's hard to get everything on there to do. So basically all I'm doing here is removing the roughness left by the hacksaw blade. We don't need these on the bench, so I'll take them out of the way. So we'll do both sides when we're at it, right? Making sure not to stop at one spot and just sort of going quick. I'm not going to take off too much. So I think about maybe about 5 minutes I'll try the other one again. Okay? That's not right. So it's 9 point. Do you see if I had that to 9.9 it'd be perfect, you know? At least it's not too slack. So keeping the Dremel, so if you can imagine the motor shaft, keeping it perpendicular this way, so it's not like lopsided. Still right and tight, you know. Right, I'm going to leave it there, right, and I'm going to do the other side now. So that's this one. Just going to check it for size first. So maybe that other side's perfect now because it's out to, look at that there. 9.8. 9.7 couldn't be. 9.77. So this side is the culprit, I'd say now. Do you know what I'm going to do with this side? I'm going to just cut it with a file, right? Keeping the file square to the face. Won't take much, you know. There it's at 9.9. 9.8 at the bottom. It's quite tight at the bottom, yeah. Okay, I'll try it again. Wee bit tight at the bottom. It's looking not too bad there now, you know. I think that would have helped. I think that would have helped. Okay, I'm going to get the QS205, well, MXUS. I'm going to try this again. So we're going to try this hub, and then we're going to wrap this video up. So I'm going to get it here. So carefully lower it down here. That's the wrong one. Wonder why it was so slack. Still tight, you know. It's still tight. Okay, so I might finish this off camera because I don't want to make a mess of it, taking too much of it. I think the other side's the worst, you know. Unless I run the file through like this, not long enough. So you know what? Might as well just keep it at. I've got another half an hour. I don't like the live streams going over an hour and a half, so I'll just continue on. Get this right. I might get a coarser file here. If I can find one. Ah, yeah. Okay, so I've got the coarser files here. Well, it's not coarser, it's finer. Right, I'm going to head it with this one and see if it's sharper, because that one isn't really done. So I'm working my stainless here, so... If I had in the 9.95, let's try it again here. That looks good. 9.96. 9.96, 9.99. Couldn't think it is. Right, let's try the other side now. Let's say 9.9, 9.92, 9.95. So we'll take a wee bit off here too. That must be a different file. Nine 9.91, 9.94, a wee bit more. Right, I'm going to get the motor again for the hub motor. Hopefully this works this time. If it doesn't work, I'm just going to keep trying it. I'll try it at the side this time. Oh dear. Oh, look at that. So it was worth staying on the live stream there. So there we have the MXUS or the QS205 type motor button. So that's it. The sweat is actually running off me down my face. So This is the first time this axle is ever moved. So this now will allow me to test the hub motors using the power supply that I have in the house. And I will do that on another video, another live stream. But first, next week, hopefully next week, I will be welding this frame, finishing it off. And then I'll be powder coating it, sandblasting it, and then powder coating it. So if you look up here, nice and true, everything looks good. So if I get on the bench here without this all falling, hopefully it doesn't fall. There's a big door there anyway, a big 6-foot door, so that should spread out the pressure. Okay, so looking down on it, looks really good. So the dropout there now is I'm allowing for 180 mil in between. So that should probably take the 12, what is it? The 12 kilowatt QS273 with the spacers removed. So what I'm going to do here now, because this is filed and it's matching perfect, I'm going to put the other one back on for the new viewers. And then I'm going to, well, finish up maybe. So I'm just going to put this back onto the stand here. So for anybody new, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to see more interesting projects like this one. Right, we'll get this one taken off and put back into the box. So this is for the purchased bike, the green bike. I've changed my mind. I don't want to put the bigger hub, the QS273, onto it. The reason being, I want to keep all these gears. So I think this is a 9-speed cassette here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the current cassette on the bike's 11, I think. So yeah. So I've added these cooling fins and all that. Everything's ready to go. The only thing I need to do is build my battery. And that is demonstrated on my channel already, building the capsule. This benefits the bike, and the capsule benefits the battery of the bike. So I can now test this hub motor on this, and I can also line the QS273 to the powder coated rim, the bulb, the custom one over and under. So I'm going to get it again here. This should lift off. You can see it. Oh, doesn't want that to happen. You can see it's kind of sticky. It's well spread out there, so it shouldn't have done any damage to the thread. I'm just going to be luck. Without scratching the rim. No, it's perfect. Right, I'm going to get the other one again. Okay, I've got it in my hands here. That's just really heavy. Right, we're putting this into the 12 mil slot. Right, scratching it. We're keeping it as far this way. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Why did I lift himself for? Right. So that's it. Perfect. It's ready to be welded. So we don't need this jig no more. I can clean the bench. First thing I'm going to do here now is I'm going to just remove this foam and this cover, because I need to make a thumbnail here for this live stream. I'm exhausted. Where did I keep that up? Everywhere. So again, I'll point out, for anybody new on there, this is a Harley Davidson wheel. Used to be chrome, but I have powder coated it in my booth that I built. If you haven't seen it, do get a look up the channel. And I've also used this custom oven that I built. This is mental. I have the phone out in the garage with signal. So this custom oven was built for the purpose of all my projects. So do get a look at my channel if you want to see that project in more depth. It's it stands out. Okay, so back to this thing. So that's it, everyone. The live stream is now finished. I hope you enjoyed. It's an hour and 10 minutes. I was expecting it to run much longer. So in the future, I will be welding it, powder coating it, doing other things, doing other projects. I'm not going to go into that in too much detail at the minute. I'm just going to focus on this. So if you have enjoyed this video, do give it the thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. And thank you for watching, everyone. And hopefully there was no jitteriness in the signal. I won't know until I watch it back, because this is the first time I've ever live streamed in the garage, the main garage. So thank you for watching, everyone. And I do hope you like my project. I will be powder coating it a bright yellow or something like that. So goodbye. Have a good weekend.